Hello everyone and welcome back to I Know You Know, your one-stop knowledge sharing platform for all things careers, life after high school, as well as opportunities that are available to you. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Please do give this video a thumbs up. This will help my videos rank high and people will be able to find my videos much easier, and so I would really appreciate your support with regards to this. This video was requested. It was requested following the video I filmed about my experience in the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation, how being a candidate fellow was, and eventually graduating into the fellowship. Now, the person that requested this video is hoping to apply for the foundation in future, and they requested this video in hopes of me advising them on what makes a successful applicant. Now, I will answer this question in a two-part video. The reason for that is in the first video, okay, let me tell you first what the two parts entail. In the first video, I will be giving you a detail of what the application process entails, as well as what I think makes a successful applicant. And then in the second part, I will actually get a couple of candidate fellows as well as fellows to also detail what it is that they think makes a successful applicant. The reason I'm going about this in this way is that the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation does not look for a model person or a specific type of person with specific types of interest or someone who's pursuing a certain type of degree. And so I believe that I cannot fairly answer this question by myself, as I obviously only have my perspective and what I think based on the characters I see in the foundation. However, I do think that it is worthwhile getting other people's opinion of what it is that makes a successful applicant. So I do hope that you will enjoy this two-part video, and I am happy to answer specific questions as well if you do have them in the comment section down below. So feel free to ask questions about the process, whichever part of the process you are interested in. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So firstly, what does the application process entail? So the application process is broken into three parts, I believe. The first part is where you fill in the application form, which is available on the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation website. I will put the link in the description box so that you do not struggle to find it. Currently, applications are closed, but as stated in my previous video, I will alert people on my social media accounts as well as on YouTube. I'll try to keep updating when applications open and close in the videos about the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation. So the form is available on the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation website, and what you do is you either print it out and you fill in the form and then you post it to them, or you hand deliver it to them. There is no preferred way from their side, whichever one you are able to do, because some people genuinely do live close to the Allan Gray head offices, and that's why that option exists. I am not sure if they have moved to digital applications. I will verify this and let you know in the second part of the video, but I do believe there might be movement towards that, considering what's happening obviously, but also just considering the convenience of it. I hope there's movement towards that, but that's the first part. What the form tries to get you to talk about is firstly obviously yourself. They try to get to know a little bit more about you, so details about yourself, where you're from, which school you go to, and then the second thing they try to get to know is your passions, what you're passionate about, what drives you, what your dreams are. So I remember one specific question, or one of the questions was, where do you see yourself in 10 years? So it's questions like that that will prompt you to kind of speak about what you're passionate about and where you see yourself in 10 years. What are you working towards as a person? And for these, I would advise you to be as honest as possible, because I don't think that you can fake your passion. Anyways, there's no need to fake your passion. I believe the more truthful you are about what it is that you're passionate about, the more you'll be able to make that passion come across in how you speak about it. And also, the more you'll also be able to elaborate on your passion, rather than trying to be passionate about something you think they want you to be interested in, and then not being able to fully articulate what it is that you are passionate about. So I would advise you to be as truthful as possible. Speak about what you're passionate about. They are not looking for people with a specific passion necessarily. Of course, there is an element of entrepreneurship in the foundation. However, it is not to say that they want everybody to kind of get there and say they're passionate about owning their own business, or they're passionate about being an entrepreneur for life, or they're passionate about... It's not about that. A lot of people that applied had other dreams. I specifically said, I think in my application, that I want to be an engineer. And so it's not to say that you are specifically boxed in having to kind of say you want to have a business, or you want to be a CEO, or whatever you may think. It's really just you being as honest as possible about what it is that you want for your life, where it is you see yourself. Because what they aim to do is to support you in whatever dream you already have for yourself. And they can't do that if you lie. So don't lie. Okay, so that would be the first round. If you're successful in the first round, you would then move on to the second round, which is the interview phase. The interview phase will be done somewhere in your province, and all the details will be sent to you as the time comes. Of course, I did this in 2015, so things might have changed. However, especially given COVID and everything that has happened in this year. However, this is my application process, and I believe that even though things might have changed, it won't change that drastically. So you'll be interviewed somewhere in your province. It'll be a face-to-face meetup where you are invited to a specific venue where the interviewers will be. During the interview, they will obviously still try to get to know you a little bit more, because of course you don't come across the same in person as you would on paper. And so some of the questions do have to do with who you are, what you're about, what you're passionate about, of course. And then the other element of the interview, or the second element of the interview, is where they would give you scenarios, or ask you to give scenarios of how you navigated specific situations. So either questions like, give us a scenario of a time where you had to navigate conflict and how you went about it. Such questions. I think it's more questions to get to know you as a person. So I don't think it's things that you'd have to study for, basically. It's things that want to get to understand how you go about things, how you navigate things, how you think about things. And so I wouldn't worry so much about preparing in the sense of studying specific things, because it's not like an industry interview where you'll be asked industry questions, or it is very much an interview to get to know you, to get to know how you navigate certain situations and how you think through things. So that's the interview process. The third element of the interview, I remember, is we had to write, I think they were psychometric tests. I cannot for the life of me remember what was in the psychometric test exactly, but even if you Google, the aim of a psychometric test is much like the previous element of the interview I explained, is to see how you navigate things, how you think through things. And so we had to write that, and if memory serves me well, it wasn't something you could necessarily study for, but yeah, it was another element of the interview. So that would be the second round. So the third stage of the application process is a camp. So if you're successful in the interview process, you will be invited to a camp. Now the camp is where all the applicants come together, and you are given certain tasks to do. You are mostly put in groups, and you have to work through certain things in groups. And while you're working through these things, there are people that are watching you. It feels weird to say, but they are, right? They may be sitting around your desk. You will know who the people are, because everyone else is either a facilitator or a candidate or an applicant themselves. So you will know who the people are. They will be around you. It's not like a creepy big brother type of watching you. So basically you get given tasks. A task I can think of, let me try and think of a task just to give you an idea of what kind of tasks you're given. You could be given a task to solve a problem that you think Africa has. Very open-ended, very it's very open-ended, and the point of this is to firstly see how you do work together in a team, how you contribute in a team setting, whether you listen to other people, whether your inputs, how you deliver your inputs, and just how you engage as a group, how you work together in a team, and just your thought processes as well, once again. And so I actually did enjoy the camp. I was super drained because you basically are busy from morning until evening, and you are also we also had like a booklet that we had to like read through. I don't know how many people actually managed to read through the booklet, but it's a booklet that just has some information that could be useful to some of the tasks that we're given, and it's got like case studies and things like that. So I think it's more of to prompt you to think about certain things, or to just see how certain problems are solved. So yeah, I really did enjoy the camp. The best part about the camp was the people I got to meet. It was really amazing. If you are successful at the camp, then congratulations, you are now a candidate fellow. And what that means is the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation will be supporting you through your higher education studies, provided you are in any one of the universities that they do work with. That is also listed on their website, so you will be able to know which universities they support. And so preferably, obviously, if you're applying for the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation, ideally it would be great that you apply for those universities that they don't pick according to which university you're going. In fact, I think in January, after results come and they send you a contract, that's where you actually state which university you're going to. So I will say right now that they don't necessarily pick you based on which university you are going to attend. You just need to go to any one of the universities that they support, and when you are filling in your contract early in the year of your first year, or whichever year it is that you are onboarded onto the candidate fellowship, you would need to fill in your university, or the university that you attend or are about to attend. Yes. Once again, you must be studying a program that they do support. There are certain programs that they don't support. Ideally, the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation is a 4-year program, and it should go hand in hand with your 4-year program in university as well. You can also do a 3-year program with like honors or something. The details are on the website, and also I think I did speak in detail about this in my previous video, so I will not go into that right now, but do check my previous video, and then also check the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation website, which I will link in the description box below. When you're successful in the camp, which is the 3rd stage of the application process, you are successful and you are going to be a candidate fellow, which means they'll support you, and then upon successful completion of your studies as well as the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation program, you will then graduate and become a fellow. This is where you become a part of the Allan Gray Orbis Foundation Association, and this is a lifetime thing. You are part of the association for life. Of course, the benefits are many, including being part of an amazing network, having access to amazing resources, the list goes on, but you get the point. So my tips on how to be a successful applicant: first of all, be honest. Be honest, because if you're not honest, you will be caught out, because things just won't add up. Be honest, because they are not looking for a specific person, as I've already stated. Secondly, get assistance in filling in the form. It does not necessarily have to be assistance from someone who has applied before or whatever. just get someone who will kind of go over your form with you and get clarity on what it is that you're trying to articulate. I did this with my mentor. Mr. David Mahale actually assisted me in filling in my application form. And what he did was I filled it in and I gave it to him to kind of go over it and glance over it. And he basically helped me articulate some of the things I wanted to say better. This will help ensure that you are communicating what you want to communicate and how you want it to land on the person who is reading your application form. This is just the quality assurance step. So as I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be someone who is familiar with the process or who has done it before or who has seen a form before. But it should just be somebody that you trust and someone who will make sure that you put your best foot forward, which is my third tip. Put your best foot forward. Don't be scared to blow your own horn. These people do not know you. That is the only piece of information they will know about you. So please do not be shy to put your achievements there where it's space to put them. Don't be humble about what you have achieved or the type of person you are or how amazing you are. Please make that come through. Of course, not in an arrogant way, because that is also not advisable, but in a way that gets them to know the real you. If you have achieved things, communicate that. Don't feel like you need to be humble about things or you'll tell them at a later stage. What if there is no later stage? You better tell them now everything that it is that is pertaining to you and things that could potentially make you successful. So please be confident, blow your own horn, do whatever it takes to share the type of person you are, how amazing you are, how awesome you are, etc. The fourth thing is that you shouldn't try to be anyone else. Don't try to be anyone else but yourself. Don't look at someone who has applied and was successful and try to mimic who they are. Just be yourself. There is no particular thing that they're looking for, but they will definitely notice if you are faking it. So be yourself and enjoy the process. The fifth tip I'd like to give is that you must not overthink the process. Do what's right. Whether you're filling in a psychometric test, whether you are answering interview questions, whether you are giving scenarios, do not overthink it. Don't try and think of what they want to hear. Just say what it is that you feel, say what it is that's relevant to you, say what it is that you would say. Answer it answer the question to the best of your ability. Yeah. And the sixth thing I would like to say is enjoy the process. It is obviously daunting, can be nerve-wracking. I mean, you are applying for something that could potentially change your life forever. And so understandably that it's nerve-wracking. However, try and relax and enjoy the process. The more relaxed you are, the better it is that you'll come through and the best it is that you'll do. So I hope that is helpful. I'll be coming back with the second part of this video where I will be getting other people also advising on what they feel makes a successful applicant. So stay tuned and see my next video for the rest of the tips that you may need in your application process. All the best to everyone who will be applying. You can do this. You can do this. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. See you in the next one. Goodbye.